Hey there, friends. Coming at you here with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show on the grounds at the Rock Cobbler. We got registration rolling, and I'm sitting down here with VC. Tyler, what's going on, man? How you been? What's happening?
First race of the year. Real excited about it. Feeling good, and I've never done this one before.
Ooh.
So I kind of like tried to look on YouTube. It just seems like the wild, wild west. I don't really even know that there's a course. It just seems like they send them out into the mountains and wild things happen.
Pretty much, yeah. You might chart your own course,
Yeah.
just make it back here after 80 miles.
Totally.
But this is right in your wheelhouse, though. It's a little wacky, it's a little off the grid, all kinds of shenanigans and things like that. I think you're gonna like it.
Totally. I'm running my road bike with 33s. And so on our little pre-ride, is a bit much. It's, you've got this so dry off camber is my nemesis. I hate off camber.
Okay.
And there was so much of this stuff that's like slightly off camber and so dry, and I'm like, but.
If anything happens, no, blame this guy right here. If anything goes wrong, you blame him. It's all his fault. He created it. Sam Ames, the creator of the Rock Cobbler. He ran around this area as a little kid, and now he's running bikes all over the place.
Yeah, I'm mildly stupid.
You're an absolute genius in our book, Sammy. We're going to sit down with you here in a little bit, so prep yourself. The banquet. He's got a yellow jacket in his hand. Your team just got off a nice camp. You guys brought everybody together and put some good miles in. How was that?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Great for me. I think I did almost 500 miles that week.
Okay.
Got my teeth kicked in by our teammates, but they prefer road, and so I'm the only one here, playing in the dirt. So
Okay.
they're off. They're going to do a crit on Sunday. They're getting ready for VOS.
Yep.
But I like getting dirty, man.
You got to be real proud of the team, though. Like, you built something really cool here with that, and that's got to feel pretty good.
It feels amazing to have such a good group of guys come together.
Yeah.
It's really hard on a team. I started a team in 2019, so I've had a team for a couple years. And every time there's like personalities that clash and there's always some kind of issue. Right now it seems like we're set to have a really good year. Everyone's personality blends. We've got strong guys. If all goes well, I think we could stand on the podium with Legion a few times this year.
I love it.
Yeah.
Throw it down.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your season. We got as big of a gravel calendar as ever been laid out here. New big names coming into the sport every time. What's your personal season looking like, and what are the events you're looking forward to the most?
Here's the thing, is like I feel like I got into it at the worst possible time, where there's no categories,
Right.
but now all these pros are coming in, and there's like actual guys saying I'm a pro gravel rider now. And so I think in a few years it's going to be separated, maybe like the Lifetime thing, where you've got like, okay, there's this organization doing, and these guys doing this thing, and then you've got the average guys or the weekend warriors.
Yeah.
And I fall in between. And so it's really hard, because it's like, how do you get motivated to come and go as hard as you can when a top 10 is almost not possible, right? So the best I could possibly do is like top 20 because of all of this talent, but then it's amazing that you're riding it with them. So what's different? Like the prestige of going, I got 17th, but the top 16 were crazy pros, and world greats. So
for my money, though, that's what makes you unique, in the sense that you're like the high level of the everyman. And I mean that with much respect. Like, you bring an authenticity to it that those of us that are the mere mortals can really appreciate, being able to go out and do the same events with some of the top pros in the world, but have an experience that's much different, right? And you document it so very well.
Well, I appreciate that. And I really want to take this year super serious. Like, I really want to do well. I think I've told a lot of stories about me not doing well. I'd like to tell a story where I do well. Like, everything goes well, I'm fit. Right now, I have no excuses. Like, I'm probably the fittest I will maybe be all year.
Right.
So, dude, I'm painting it. And I said earlier, I asked someone, are you ready to race? And someone was like, it's not a race. I'm like, bro, it's a race. It's a race.
There's a number on the bike. There's a bunch of dudes lined up.
Yeah.
We're
There's
racing.
a start line and there's a finish line. We're racing.
Somebody once told me the day after somebody invented the second bike ever, there was a race.
Totally,
So yeah, 2 bikes, it's on. What events stand out in your mind this year as the ones that are the ones that are like these big A-level, high watermark sort of races?
Cedar City, BWR Cedar City. I really enjoyed that in 2020. I want to go back there. I did well there. BWR San Diego, that seems like they're doing a new course.
Yep.
I'd like to do well there.
Yep.
Unbound, I want to not take a nap at the second rest station. So that would
Either
be
forced or necessary.
And then actually I plan on being the national champion of ultra this year.
Okay.
So that's
What's that?
508 miles. In Nevada, it's a Silver State 508.
Okay, yeah.
And so that's a recognized, like, you get a national champ jersey if you're the first to cross the line after 508 miles.
Across Death Valley.
It's like 40-something thousand feet of climbing. It's a lot. And it's like, I think around 28, 29 hours would be the winning time.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that because not a whole lot of guys compete against that because why would you want to ride your bike for 29 hours?
Yeah.
But dude, to be a national champion, like, very few people can say that.
Can you just say that? Yeah.
And I will never be a national champion for crits or road race. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But ultra,
It's coming in hot. Look at that. You don't know what you're going to get here at the Rock Cobbler. Media everywhere.
but ultra seems to be I like it. After 10
That's your
hours.
vibe, man. That's your, yeah.
After 10 hours, that's where I start to have a competitive edge. You know what I mean?
What's the self-talk like in your head at that point? Just knowing you a little bit, I know you, I can imagine, but I'm curious, like, are you singing your favorite childhood songs? Are you doing complex math problems? What do you think about in those dark hours after that 10-hour mark?
Well, so all I think about is future me, and I try to exist in that moment as much as possible. So to like teleport my consciousness to a future date where I'm eating amazing food with my wife and my kids are happy and I'm at home, and I just try to build that scenario by every little detail. Like, what am I eating? Broccoli, okay, but it's like extra crispy on this one side. There's
a little bit of garlic too,
like
and it's gotta...
And so I start to taste it, and like I just live in this moment in the future so that I'm not suffering on the bike.
And the miles just tick by.
Yeah, and so you have something to look forward to. And the sooner you're done with this thing, now that like fantasy you've built becomes a reality.
Yeah.
So future me, that's all I'm thinking about.
You're probably one of the few people that gets off the bike craving broccoli. Most people craving something else.
Yeah, totally. like broccoli and avocado, man. I'm just rushing to it.
Tomorrow, big day tomorrow, challenging course. Don't know what to expect, but is there anything you're looking forward to?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to getting out there.
What the hell?
I'm looking forward to getting out there and giving it my all. Because it's so early in the season. It's my first race.
Yeah.
So you can empty the tank. By the time you get around like September, October, even if you're fit, you don't really want to suffer anymore.
Right.
Like you're on the tail end.
Yeah.
And so I'm really looking forward to just giving it the berries, man. Just full send and who cares? If I don't do well, it's the first race of the season. If I do well, then that sets my season up great. It's a no-risk, high-reward situation.
Love it. Love the attitude. And, man, best of luck this season. We're looking forward to you giving it hell at every race you're at.
Awesome.
Love your style. Keep up the great work, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Getting a chance, a few minutes with Vegan Cyclist here on the Pre-Ride Show. More to come. Thanks for tuning in.